Hello, this is just a video on a quick walkthrough on this program here. What we want to do in this program is essentially intercept data that's meant for other applications, but we're going to take that data for ourselves. We can potentially manipulate it. So if the user types in, for example, like the letter A, we're going to say instead of giving the user A, we're going to give them the letter Q. Or if they type in an A, we can do something, we can literally do anything. We can remap the letter A to a spacebar. Or we can even say like when the letter A is typed, shut down the system or etc. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that, but those are some of the possibilities here. You can also send this types of calls through different computers as well. But for this program here, we're just gonna take that data that's meant for other applications and we're gonna use that data for our purposes. So we decide what we want to do with that data. So in this case, I have decided that we're just going to print it just for to show the possibilities. So for example, if I type in something in Google like "Hello Google," we want to intercept the keystrokes before they reach Google. That's the goal. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do, and then I'll go ahead and show you. So we're going to run that program. Okay, the program is starting, and here it's already running. So if you see what they printed out, it just tells you a very basic introduction. Just to exit, press Control Shift Q. So if we want to leave the program, we simply press Control, then Shift, then Q together. And we can print the keystrokes, the clicks, the mouse wheel movement, and the live mouse cursor location in a Cartesian coordinate system. So if I press the letter A, it just prints it for me. That's all it does. So if I type my name, it'll print it. So that can seem very simple, but let me show you what happens if I go to Google and then I type in here, what is the prefrontal cortex responsible for? Okay, well, Google something weird. Try again. Okay, so there's our basic Google search. I'm sure you've seen this before. So now we're going to go back to our application. And there you can see my mouse movement at the bottom, which is the coordinates. But at the top there, you can see the data. So if I go back to it, it says, what is the prefrontal cortex responsible for? Okay. So you can see that what I typed into Google, we intercepted it and printed it. And now let's see what a mouse scroll wheel might look like. So if we go all the way to the end here, so now we're going to stop and just scroll the mouse. Okay, so when we scroll the mouse, it'll show just wheel at the very left side. You can see that it says wheel. And all these move coordinates, all they mean is the position of your mouse on the screen. So if I go, for example, up, the value on the right side is going to get a lot smaller. I need to go all the way down so I can show me live. Okay, if I go up, the Y value gets smaller. If I go to the right, the X value will also get smaller. And if I go down from here, the Y value is going to increase. So let's say I go here and I go right like that. So it's essentially controlled by your position on the screen. And honestly, that's basically all this program does. It's just a demonstration of what can be possible. Most of these are just mouse coordinates because it's giving us the most data. So what's happening here is we are typing it directly into our keyboard here in front of me. When I type it in there, the operating system literally tells my program what's going on because we specified that using the dynamic link library. And that becomes available through us through a C++ bridge that is called PMBOK. And that is accessible through the .NET framework, in which we are using essentially managed code, and we're accessing unmanaged code. So code that doesn't belong to us, it belongs to the operating system. But we're accessing it through the C++ bridge called PMBOK. So we're essentially accessing code that isn't ours, it belongs to the operating system, and commanding it to do things for us in our program here. So this program is a bit extensive on the notes, as you can see. I'll scroll down a little slowly. If you want to stop and read any section, feel free to do so. You can also ask me for this code and I will gladly share it as well. But that was it for just a quick demonstration. Again, thank you for your time.